Some of the best companies in the world have unconventional designs, and it's the unconventional, the unusual, the surprising designs that actually capture our attention and imagination. Companies that go for the unconventional create new markets, new opportunities for the companies to set themselves apart. And this is especially true for large established markets. When we look at certain designs and certain products, whether it's the Tesla Cybertruck or the iPhone, the original iPod, the Nest thermostat, these designs broke design conventions. They broke what was typically expected of the design of these products, and that made them incredibly unique and differentiated. Now, when these products started out, there was existing design conventions, existing expectations of what these products looked like and how they behaved. Because these designs were unconventional, they capture the imagination and they capture attention too. But this works in digital products as well. Amazon was the unconventional way to buy books. Netflix was the unconventional way to watch movies, and we see this through other industries as well, whether it's Airbnb or Uber and on and on. Unconventional design captures attention, and that captures the market share. Now, when you're first starting out, that unconventional design may only be able to attract a sliver of the market. When the iPhone first launched, it only captured a tiny percentage of the market. Those real enthusiasts who really love the product and love the unconventional design. But as the design progresses, it begins to attract the early adopters, the early majority, and then the late majority. More and more people are able to accept the design, and the design moves from unconventional to common. Now, when these products first launch, that unconventional design is opinionated, and opinions create discussion and dialogue. Everyone's seen what a truck looks like, so when Tesla unveiled the Cybertruck, it captured people's attention that this was a product and a design that was so unconventional, so different. It created opinion and polarization, and that's actually a good thing. When you create polarization, you create discussion and dialogue. Now, obviously, you want some of that dialogue to be positive about your product, but in a very large market, creating that polarization creates new white space for you to explore and new white space for you to be dominant. If you create a product that's just like all of the other products, it's hard to really set yourself apart. So if you're a startup or a company in a large and crowded space, being unconventional with your design can actually capture your imagination. Now, it's not just about being weird. Your product actually has to be useful and beautiful and helpful, and it has to work. But taking an unconventional approach can help set you apart. When you're that large company trying to make a choice, you're choosing for millions of people who use your product. But when you're a startup, when you're a new entrant into the market, you don't have to make that same choice. You can make an unconventional choice and create a new market all for yourself. When BlackBerry dominated the market, iPhone came in and introduced a phone that had no keyboard. This was completely unconventional. No other phone had done that, and it created a polarizing effect. People who had phones with keyboards instantly said it was either good or bad, and that polarization created gravity. It created dialogue and discussion and fanatics, people who were fanatical about the iPhone experience and the way that the application worked. And it also created fanatics on the opposite side of the spectrum, people who were incredibly loyal to BlackBerry. Over the years, Apple gained market share and gained momentum, and BlackBerry continued to ignore Apple as it continued to improve that phone and keyboard experience. By the time BlackBerry noticed, Apple had become a dominant force, and it was harder for BlackBerry to compete because they hadn't kept up. This type of disruption is present in other markets and other industries, and unconventional design can be a secret weapon for startups trying to get ahead. Great design isn't just great for the sake of design or for the usability or for the user experience. It's great for setting your product apart in a market and being able to differentiate in a field that's very hard to differentiate in. Unconventional design allows you to be a big fish in a small pond and really differentiate your product, your market, and be unique in that space. And if you choose your markets wisely, you'll be choosing that segment of the market that is growing and expanding year over year. So as your design continues to progress and gain adoption, it'll be that much harder for your competitors to catch up. And one more thing, great innovators are looking to disrupt their own designs, because if they're not disrupting themselves, they're the ones being disrupted. I'm Raiz. I talk about entrepreneurship, technology, and design. See you in the next one.